to Empire's fund for his kids
fun.
and stuff.
Yeah, man, we should do that. We should do that possibly next week because I'll be out of town in the Philippines. Oh shoot, we're live. Oh shoot. Oh damn. Oh. Hey, what's going on, man?
Sunday.
It's Sunday, 10:30. Back to our old stomping grounds, man. Yeah, apologies to everyone that's in the chat. We've had some scheduling conflicts. I've had a lot going on. The hat was for Flash when we went to Washington SummerCon, all that good stuff. So we're back to our original OG time. Congratulations, Jason, to getting first shift in Everett at Boeing. We may be doing some weekday content or rearranging some stuff, but for now, we'll keep Sunday. This is going to be, I think, the third to last show. What up, brother?
Third to last show.
I'm for like a couple weeks, just because I will be in the Philippines getting Catholic married.
He's moving to the Philippines.
I'm moving to the Philippines. We're going international, homies. I wonder the furthest who the furthest I know obviously Tomb's in Canada. What up, Tomb? But I wonder if you hit Asia or Iceland.
Well, didn't you guys have
Saturn?
Didn't you and Marcus the other night have somebody from Sweden?
Eden? Yeah. I'm
not the guy that initially won the guy or girl, I don't know, that won the raffle. And then they're immediately like, "That's awesome, but I'm in Sweden."
I think OTR for sure has had international peeps. I think Australia, but I'm talking us, man. Like the real, not the real, but whatever. That might be possible, Renee. We may actually stream from the Philippines one day. I don't know how jet lagged I'm going to be, so I may text Jason "What are you doing, dude? It's 3:00 in the morning here, and I'm wide awake. You want to stream real quick? I don't know.
But you want to get on real quick? Be like, hold on, let me make a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it'll be 3 a.m. for me, on Sunday, and it'd be 6:00 in the evening for you or something like that on Saturday, the day before. I can't remember. Shit. It might be 6 a.m.
I feel like your dad would kill us if
he won't be around. He won't be around because I'll be in Manila for a couple days. So that's the only time I do it. So Jason and I were actually talking backstage, and I'm doing this giveaway today for sure. It's Cataclysm Ultimate Slash Stand number 3. It is, I would say, quintessential to any Miles fan out there. This is when he enters the 616 Marvel continuity. I know there's another book that my homie Batcave has highlighted as another possible key, but I feel like that book in particular is a key for the whole MCU, just because it involves Miles, who's going to be a main focus in the future going into the 616. But Black Crown is joining us from Canada. If you guys are not following Black Crown, please do so. He has some amazing content. I've been streaming his stuff. I think I streamed 7 hours of his stuff on Friday just for fun, but he's really great market reports from good old Canada, and it's a good guy. So thanks for your support. Thanks for coming through this morning. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to give out that book. Jason, you're going to give out, possibly, if you get enough viewers, up to 25.
We can give this way.
Spider-Man 2099. We need 25 in the chat. So if anyone's in the chat, have them come through. We're talking about market stuff today, to 2023. What up, Comics and Tortillas? Another great show on YouTube. We're trying to get him up to 200 subscribers. I'll highlight you guys later in the show, but thanks for coming through. And what's up, Michael Baker?
Always I don't know what's happening, but that show had a crazy week all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, we hit some algorithm. I don't know what we did, but we're at 289 right now. So if you guys could all subscribe, hit that like button, tell your friends. We're gonna try to do giveaways every show, but depending on how many we get, the better the giveaway will be. But for sure, I'm giving away that Cataclysm book. I tried giving it away last weekend, so it didn't seem like people wanted it. So I mean, out of the 8, you guys are there. So, and what's up, big James in the house? What's up, James? Yeah, for sure. But yeah, dude, other than work and all that stuff, how's your comic? Have you gone to your LCS lately? And Oh, no, where's Jason?
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm dropping shit left and right.
Oh, okay. Have you read anything lately at all, or like what's going on with you?
I'm trying to remember what the newest book, because I'm still I'm like collector. Every time I go back to an LCS that happens to have the Swamp Thing trade paperbacks, I've been buying them up and like reading them. So I'm still like kind of in the midst of reading those again. I think it's more or less just because every time I buy like new books expecting them to be good, I mean, honestly, I still need to get the Vigil 2 because I really enjoyed the first one and I still haven't read Vigil 2. So that's one that's on my list that I need to get to read. But yeah, it just seems like every time I read a new comic book, like I get disappointed, especially like, I don't know what it is, but like I'm Marvel, like their new stuff is not impressing me at all. So it's just kind of like I find myself going back to, I'll read something and then be like, I just want to read something that's good.
Yeah, it's been kind of like the same for me. Marvel has been okay. I've been reading a lot of indies that are okay. Nothing's really grabbing my attention so much. I'm just what actually was pretty good. Oh, Hell to Pay was pretty good. And real quick, I'm just highlighting Black Crown Comics here. He's a homie in the chat. He's got 155 subs, but like, look at these views, man. So this is, I think what this tells you is he's putting out really good content, and he just needs, like, we need to get him more subs because I think he deserves it. He's on with Newbie, who's a huge social media presence for sure. And but yeah, he's kind of gone on his own show, and I think he still does shows with Newbie as well. But yeah, he's got a show actually tonight at 6:00 p.m. Pacific time. So you got to show some support to our homie Black Crown. And there's another dude I want to highlight real quick. So I stumbled upon this guy's show. I was just watching Comics Are Dope, and I saw him in the live, and I was like, I just like to check out people's videos in the chat. But dude, this guy basically puts out like new comic books, and he just puts music behind it, and slowly you can read the video. So if you don't feel like having a bunch of books and you're just curious, oh, I wonder how that X-Men 24 or X-Men Before the Fall of Sinister 4-2 issue number 1 is, you can literally read it here. And it's really clean. I've never really seen anything like it before on YouTube. And again, I was kind of went through like, I think 8 of his videos. Extreme Venom versus issue that came out this past Wednesday, which was kind of fun. But yeah, just want to highlight him, give him a follow for sure, peeps. And yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, Rocksteady is another homie as well. So talking about and the Comic Kingpins, yeah, for sure. They got plenty of subscribers though. I subscribe to Comic Kingpins as well. But yeah, just trying to help a brother out, Black Crown, in the house today. But yeah, dude. So I read the Edge of the Spider-Verse book, which we'll talk to you later today. It's like a 3-part miniseries, dude. Eddie Brock is like a priest or something, and he turns into Venom, and like it's kind of tight. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that, but everything else is kind of like whatever.
As long as Venom is in the confession booth handing out punishments.
Oh, he definitely was handing out some punishments. It was kind of a different book for sure, but
say your Hail Marys.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, man, it was that was kind of the highlight of my week. I mean, Ultimate Invasion was pretty good too. Have you read Ultimate Invasion? That kind of, there was a lot of like spec in the beginning of the yeah, there was a lot of spec on. What up, AOA? Yeah, man. We'll do the giveaway at the end. You know, Renee, we are on Twitch, but I just don't really use it that much. I've just been concentrating on YouTube. But I mean, hopefully when I get back, and then I can kind of get into that and all that stuff. But
Twitch, we could live stream ourselves playing Final Fantasy VII.
I thought about that. I definitely thought about that.
They'd be like, oh, they skyrocketed to the most amount of hours ever on Twitch. Like immediately, it'd be like just on for days, like just playing.
I need to do mortgages. Yeah, we should definitely do that. No, but I haven't read Hell to Pay yet, but yeah, Hell to Pay is like my new kind of like it's the last issue. kind of a fun book to read. It's kind of, Hell to Pay. It kind of talks about hell and to pay. Anyway, that's all I've been reading, but I was kind of navigating through what we're going to talk to today. Let's see here. And I wanted to just kind of highlight again some top comic books and boo comic books for commib books for 2023. Obviously, I have the Final Fantasy VII kind of background for the PS5 game there, so I trying some new stuff this week. But so yeah, so I just kind of wanted to talk about obviously some books for this year and kind of FOC stuff and things I am seeing, things that I don't really, just kind of be wary out there and all that stuff. But Spider-Man 7, I talked about this on the OTR chat this past Thursday. First off, Jason, do you have this copy, or do you have a copy, and have you read
it? No and no.
Oh, that's okay. So I wasn't really skeptical about this character. I was so I've been reading the Spider-Man series ever since issue 1 because I like Mark Bagley. I like his art and all that stuff. But I didn't mind the Spider-Boy kind of fandom. What shocked me is the fact that this book it went to $40 a copy. And I think there was a lot of, FOC like hype and all that stuff. If you didn't get it, it was kind of like, how could you be sleeping on this book? Highly ordered. I'm not sure the print run, but there's a lot of Marvel kind of concentration on this book. And the character is like, he's definitely like BC type character. But for whatever reason, Marvel is putting a lot of feelers out for this book. We had an origin story in Edge of the Spider-Verse 3. I didn't read it. I didn't feel like I needed to. You're still trying to figure out who exactly he is. Like, why is he the sidekick from, for Spider-Man, supposedly? And yeah, dude, like this book is it's cover price top 10 for 3 months straight. And cover price has a pretty good list where it's pretty, they don't try and mess with stuff, What's up, Vika? Thanks for coming through. KOZ 105. What up, brother? And who else we got in here? Dbuzo 701. Thanks for coming through, man. We all stay for the giveaway at the end of the show. But man, so like I thought it was kind of funny because we had the Miles movie come out and everyone was hyped on Miles, but then we have a new Spider like character, right? When you've had like 4 million different Spider characters.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand their like logic behind the need for so many Spider people. Yeah, like, I honestly don't get it. Like, you had Spider-Man for so long, and then you had Spider-Woman, and then it's just like, and that was good for like decades, and now all of a sudden you hit like like probably mid to late 2000s or so, and then all of a sudden you just like you get Miles and you hit with that, and it's like I get why he's popular, and like I enjoy that character as well, like because he was well written and stuff. But now they're just throwing all these freaking people at you, and it's just like, okay, because it's like even Spider-Man 2099, he's like, because he's like becoming more popular now because of the movie and stuff like that. He was obviously like, I mean, he came out when I was still a kid, or at least like in my teen years or so.
Yeah. And Black Crown, he points out something. Thanks for pointing this out, Black Crown. I didn't read Edge of the Spider-Verse, but I guess he has ties to Reed Richards, which, I mean, Maker stuff going on. That's really cool.
I mean, like I saw a frame from one of the newer books with Spider-Boy in it, and he's like straight up biting dudes on the neck and stuff like that. It was like, yo, what's happening here?
Yeah. Like, that was in the Spider-Man 10. So we're kind of learning more about Spider-Boy and kind of what his powers are and whatnot. So aside from the quote unquote like skepticism about Spider-Boy, looking at this cover, I kind of dig it. This cover right here, like it pops. Like the shoes are pretty cool. It works for me. You don't know what he is. I think the one thing that they could have done with him, and I'm probably saying this out of bias, but I kind of wish they made him a person of color, whether that be another African American or possibly Asian, Southeast, Chinese, whatever. I think that, but then again, that could have been like a money grab, right? But it just kind of makes sense to me if Marvel's trying to do that, like hit all of like the markets, quote unquote. Wouldn't it make sense to make him of, Asian character or whatnot? There's never been, I mean, there's been an Asian girl, but there hasn't been like an Asian boy as Spider-Man. If I know Spider-Man he's of Indian descent, but like straight up Asian. Or even we do Aranya. So she's, you got that there too. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling here, but I just thought this was interesting to highlight. I'm not either a buyer or seller. I'm kind of neutral because I have copies of this book. I don't know if I'd pay $20 for near mint in this book when there's other kind of options out there that adhere more to me. But the fact that this guy's getting a solo series so quickly, I feel like either Marvel really just is trying to push this character, or they have big plans and it's going to get better. Who knows? Comics and Tortillas is a lot. I feel like everyone craps on Marvel and just wonder what do you read? Do you not read comics anymore? Just to stick to the old ones? Yeah, yes and no. I guess it's and I think there's been a lot of complaints too, like the movies. Like people are like, writers are saying like, what does the audience want? And I don't know. I don't know what you want. I think we just want.
I want a fucking good read. I don't want covers and pictures and shit. Like comics are supposed to be like, if you want like, and I've said this 1,000 times, if you want an example of good writing that's straight through, read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run. Like I will 100% put that up as the greatest run of written comic book anything ever. Like just read that and see why I hate new books writing now. Like it's just all such trash. It's all about the covers. It's like 5,000 different covers and like zero content in the book. Like I see all these reviews and stuff that people do. It's like I see some people that are like, they don't do a bad review. It's just like, do you ever read anything bad? It's always like 3, 4 stars, 5 stars out of 5. And it's like, I read that book and it was trash. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can say that it's garbage. Like, it's like when I'm reading books, it's not just for the art. Like, I want to see good writing.
Yeah, and Joe actually he mentions a really good point. You probably haven't read Ninja Funk then, Yan, man. It's really good. It was a joke.
Ninja Funk.
Jason, real quick before I go to the next slide, what have you in the past like 3 or 4 years think is like the newest best character you read? And we probably talked about it in the past, but right now,
put you on the best character.
Yeah, like what you're like, oh man, I wish they would do more of.
Or hadn't killed him off, probably Null.
Right. Yeah. Can you think of anyone else? What up? Hi, Nathan in Belltown, Seattle, represent.
I mean, there's characters that you had high hopes for.
Okay.
That didn't pan out.
Yeah.
Like I would say Tosin is kind of he jumps to mind as someone, and they haven't done much with him, but he had like a ton of hype behind him, and then it just was kind of like meh.
Yeah.
So the character kind of fell flat, or they didn't do much with him.
I agree with you too. Like there was so much like kind of with Spider-Boy. I'll get on the next slide real quick. And I didn't put Wakanda #1 as one of my picks for like do not buy, but like you were telling me about that book, and they highlight his girlfriend who has superpowers as well. But like, what happened to Tosin? I feel like the Spider-Boy, origin / like highlighting him in the Spider-Man like comic book, they've done a way better job than they did with Tosin. I don't know.
And I will say that I did enjoy the newer Daredevil run, or pretty much anything that Zdarsky's been doing right now.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed those.
Okay,
like his newer books and stuff and runs. So maybe I'm more or less like chasing writers than I am.
No, I mean that's all good. That's all good feedback, because I think we have a similar taste in like of what we like to read. Definitely, I think we like that darker side, and I think that there's a lot of lacking. But little later in these slides, we'll kind of talk about it. Dr. Afro 33, the variant. This was an FOC from a couple weeks back. It's another great Star Wars first app of a fourth down the line character that we may or may not get to. Like, I don't know. The cover is beautiful. I mean, I can't hate on that cover, but I can't pay $20, 15 to $20. I can't pay cover price for this, man. Like, I don't know.
I'd pay like $3 or $4.
I'd pay like $2 for this book. No, I mean, again, you're going back to the cover buys, first appearances, but like, is the actual character like kind of cool? I haven't really heard shit about this character. I haven't read this book, but what I have read about it in different Instagram posts is like, this is the new hot Star Wars character until tomorrow, you know? And we've talked about that in the past, like, and I don't know, Fedora Khan's on in the chat, but what up, Iman, my Filipino brother? But yeah, I just not trying to, you know, if you're high on this character, like, go buy him. Don't pay more than $10 to $20 for it, though. I feel like if you're trying to spec on Star Wars characters, you're spending a lot of money, and it's a waste. Yeah, Daredevil's good, man, and Soupy. How can I make money investing in comics? Well,
that new was it the Punisher run too? I think somebody mentioned it in there where he's what is he, the leader of the Hand? Mm-hmm. I believe in that.
It's pretty good. Yeah, that's dope. I'm not supposed to. I'm too old to say dope, I think. Right?
No, that's from our age range, right? Isn't it?
I think it is, but I always feel like kids that are like 20 in their 20s, they say that a lot. So I'm like, I can't say that. And then my sister said the other day, so I definitely can't say it.
It's like people say, when people say slaps around me,
I can't say that. I can't say slaps.
The first time I heard that, I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about?
You're like, yeah. Never too old for dope. Okay, cool.
Even the other day I was at work and they had the classic rock station here in town. Playing on the radio.
Rock,
and it was like everything I grew up on. Yeah, it's like Alice in Chains and stuff like that. I was like, there's no way this is classic rock now. I'm like, what in the shit?
You guys are assholes. But yeah, what do you think of this, man? Like, I don't know. I mean, we talked about this, but what do you think? I want to know your opinion.
I haven't read like new Star Wars anything in so long,
right?
Just because it's just kind of. I mean, like you said, I like the cover. But I don't want to buy a book because I like the cover.
I'm kind of over cover buys, and yeah, slaps is for young people. Thank God.
Like my cover buys are more. I'll buy like an older book.
Okay, so I will buy a cover buy, and I don't mind paying good money for it. If after like 2 or 3 months later, it establishes some kind of clarity to what the character is, and I really dig it, and there's a little bit of rarity, I don't mind paying that money for it. But yeah, this I just can't get behind people selling this for $20. And I won't even try. So this new book came out of nowhere, I want to say. Maybe not. And yeah, James, you're right. People caught FOMO on a pure cover buy. Nothing in the guts merits that being anything long-term. Exactly, man. And this is why we do the show. Hulk Annual #1.
Probably I was just gonna because I went on my rant earlier about new books or whatever. I was like, I wasn't like hating. I know it sounds like I got aggressive or anything like that, just for people in the chat. Like I wasn't like hating on it, like buy and read what you want type of deal. I'm just saying personally, like I like a really, really good story-driven book with art to accompany.
No, man, you weren't, dude. Jason. Okay, guys in the chat, Jason's like my nicest friend out of all my friends. My other friends are assholes, but like. I think it's a good point to have though, man, because like if you're pouring all this money into just like this investment and, you know, Marvel's trying to do this or DC's trying to just, you know, introduce new characters to get readership. And you're like, I'm going to stop buying comic books. I'm just going to read old school stuff. That is a sounding point to the writers that just write good stuff and we'll read it. You know, we don't have to introduce new characters all the time.
But I don't know how much of this has to do with I don't know how much Disney spills over into their, like the comic book side of things versus the film side of things.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just kind of like they're falling into that same Disney pattern where Disney's not coming up with new ideas. They're just trying to remake their old crap into new crap. Like they're taking all their cartoons and making them live action and this and that. Whereas like now the comics are kind of doing the same thing. Instead of coming up with new villains or this and that, they're like, oh, this is Craven's daughter, or this is fucking so and so's cousin, and blah blah blah. And like now they're Electro, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just keep coming up with characters to reintroduce the characters that are already there. Like, oh, we've got a new Hobgoblin, we've got a new. It's like, well, why don't you come up with like some new like bad guys for these guys to fight instead of just kind of recycling the same old characters?
That's a big problem that I think Marvel and DC
have. Yeah, I'm not.
And,
it's
not. Oh yeah. It's recycle ideas like Dean said in the chat. Yep, all recycle ideas. I feel the same. But this is I feel kind of recycled or a continuation of Immortal Hulk. Hulk Annual number 1, first appearance of the Eldest. This book was, I haven't read Hulk Annual 1 because it's pretty pricey. It's like $20 a book. But talk about a book that I haven't like for in a long time that I haven't like heard. This is going to be the next first appearance of blah blah blah. This is, hey, we want to introduce the antagonist of an upcoming Marvel book about an old character going back to what readers are actually reading about. Hulk Annual number 1. Have you read this book? I'm pretty sure you have with your Marvel subscription.
I believe I did at one point. If I did, it was a while ago.
Did you read the new Hulk one?
No, I haven't gotten into the new Hulk series yet, but it's also because I've been reading so much on my DC app recently.
Yeah.
Catching up on, because I'm actually enjoying a lot of the new books that they're coming out with. Like their new Green Arrow run seems pretty interesting, and so on and so forth.
You are gonna freaking love the new Hulk run. If you haven't heard anything about it yet, is
this the one that just started?
One that just started. I just got. You can still get it at Shadow Arcane Comics. Yeah, dude, everyone is like loving this Hulk book. It's and obviously it's not like, oh, this is gonna be a new character, or like this first appearance of the Eldest is gonna be. Dude, it's a fucking good book. It's just, I think I read it 3 times. I'm no spoilers for anyone. And Dean, thank you for the compliment. We love you, dog. I'm kind of a dumbass, but yeah, to fucking get it. just buy this book, man. You know what? At this, I'm gonna include this with my giveaway today of Cataclysm Ultimates. We'll do this at the end of the show. I don't have Hulk Annual number 1, but I will give away the Hulk 1 that I did buy last week. We got 17 live at one point in the community. Jason, you got a Spider-Man 2099. If we get 25 in the show it off real quick. If we get 25 people in the chat, Jason's going to give that book away as well. So we'll do 2 giveaways if we get 25. So yeah, man, but we're doing one anyway. So villain, and yeah, man, it sucks because villain spec is almost as bad as baby spec. And I think I hate villain spec for like the cost of it, right? Like it just, you never get your return back on. I mean, what's a good example? Null is a perfect example because he's dead. Because they always die off, right? But I love good villains. Like I love dark villains. Who's the villain in Thor? Gore. Like you could get his 9.8 first appearance for like $85-$90. I'm sure, but yeah. Oh, you didn't like it at all? Okay, so I think people just picked this up because like completionist for the new Hulk run. But suppose it's going $15-$20. I wouldn't pay that much for it personally, but it's just that's where the market's at for this book. But I wanted to highlight it because it's for a first appearance of so far a really liked run in the new Hulk. So, and these two, Star Wars 34 and 35, I'm kind of 50-50 with this. So, Jason, Punisher is always going to be great. I can't wait for him to come back. Jason, did you read blah 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 any of these books at all? Stupid.
I know I own 34. just because I think we went there on free comic book day and there's like one on the shelf still, and I was like, sure, like I'll buy it for cover price.
Yeah. So another Star Wars like first appearance of two characters. One's a cameo, one's the first full.
What is this one?
Kuata. So Dr. Kuata. So basically the story is Luke goes along with this girl who resembles Dr. Aphra to get his lightsaber fixed because he broke it. And this Dr. Kuata guy seems to be like an artisan, if you will, or like, I don't know what you call him, but they go meet with him in 34 on the last panel, and then you kind of get to know him in 35. These books kind of ramped up to like 15 to 20 again. I'd probably pay 8 to 10 for either one. For one, I think the covers are amazing. So if you got that cover, that's 50% of the reason I get into it. With Star Wars, I never thought of a character that like fixes lightsabers. So I thought that was kind of cool for lightsaber fans. Like, I don't know of anyone else in the Star Wars like world that's like, oh, I fix lightsabers for a living. But just kind of the journey they make to meet up with this Dr. Kuata guy or whoever, and Luke gets his lightsaber fixed. I thought that was kind of cool. So I don't know, man. What do you think of? I know it's Star Wars spec, so it's kind of like whatever. But what do you think?
Like I'm kind of with you on that. Like, it's that 34's in my read pile over here. So I still haven't gotten to it yet. So I don't know much about it. But like you're saying, I do like the covers on them. Like that's one thing about Star Wars books is you're never really getting like a bad cover. Like there's a couple that you're just kind of like, but like for the most part, you're getting a decent cover, especially what is that? I like the 35. It's almost like that Star Wars Visions kind of art style.
Yeah. 100. Yeah. Sorry.
I was just going to say like the characters and stuff like that, though. It's just kind of can't really hold too much water, I guess, unless you see some news about it. It's like I kept talking. They kept saying Dr. Kuata, and I kept being like Dr. Aphra. What?
Yeah, I know. So it's kind of confusing. And like, if you like, when you read the book, it's like there's a Dr. Aphra type chick in it. So, anyway, try and find these. And like, I've seen them in back issue pins. I have a couple of each. I didn't go crazy like 5 copies of this, but it's just really hard. And going back to what Jason was talking about earlier, no, dude. So I actually tweeted at Donnie Cates like a couple years ago, and I was like, why did you kill off Null? Like, why would you kill off one of the greatest, like, villains of all time, or past 5 years, not all time? And he tweeted back and he said, what's dark never dies. So who knows? He could come back and what?
He just kind of dissipated maybe at the end of King in Black.
Yeah, that was the lamest freaking death of all time. But forget comics, and yes, buy Eli De La Cruz. I have 2 of his cards somewhere. I don't know. Let's see.
He's just like,
I don't know where they're at, but anyway. Yeah, man. Anyway, so hope you guys like that book. If you have it, great. Hold on to it. It's a good read. If you don't pay more than cover price for these books. Star Wars High Republic Adventures #1. What was it like? This is like a one-shot. First appearance of Barnabas Vim, Jedi Knight. First mention of Darth Ravi. There's two mentions of, I guess, quote unquote, major or minor, I don't even know, High Republic characters in this book. The only reason I could say pay 10 to 15 bucks for it is one, Dark Horse was a couple. Dark Horse lower print run. It's a one shot. I think the cover price is like $5.99 for this book. It's glossy, so it's kind of hard to get in high grade. If the Star Wars High Republic video game does as well as Jedi Fallen Order, what up, Nick? Hell yeah, dude. Follow Nick's Kicks and Comics on YouTube. I think he does Thursday afternoon shows. I always catch him on a whim, and I just love his show. I don't know what it is about it, but I love it. The story was boring as hell. But if you're buying for, like, I guess, video game spec, yeah, go for it.
video.
And yeah, the other thing too, like be very cautious about these Star Wars books that I'm highlighting because there's so many damn characters of them. And it's like I can only think of the newest character the past 25 years. Dr. Aphra comes to light. Thrawn, but he's been around for like so long. But like, I mean, it took a long time for those guys to like really come out and be part of Spec.
And now he's almost here.
And now he's almost here.
We
So
got
it's like
like a
25
month.
years. Yeah, we've got like a month, 30 years later, right? So maybe like don't pay 15 to $20 for this. Maybe buy the Toy Fair Thrawn magazine. I'm just going random here. Toy Fair Thrawn. I'm gonna highlight this real quick. Okay. Would you rather buy this book for $20 or this book for $20? Jason, would you rather? What would you rather?
Probably that one.
Toy Fair. Right? I mean, Thrawn on the cover. It's an old school Toy Fair from '97. It's sealed. Get that mother graded. Who knows? But the only reason I was like, okay, I would be okay with paying $5 to $10 for this is if the video game that's coming out and this whole Star Wars High Republic like world just is like the next generation for fans, or then there's the new like the world for the next generation of fans. That's a hard bet to make though, but it's kind of like we'll see. I'm skeptical, but I'm not exactly like, you know, go to Five Guys and get, I can't do that, man. Mad respect. All the high year 2 High Republic books had same plot. 2 guys visit planet to check on armrests and find yes, like exactly. Okay, next book. So you're talking about DC. I put a couple of DC books in here, and before I get into this slide, I just want to say thanks everyone for joining us today. If you could do this, we'd really appreciate it. But I do really appreciate everyone coming through today. We got 16 live. We're doing 2 comic books so far as a giveaway. See if we can get that 25 mark and do a big one from Jason here. So DC Lazarus Planet Dark Fate. This was part of the bunch of one-shot Lazarus Planet, right? Was the storyline, right? So there was like a ton of these.
Most of the new DC runs are stemming off of this, like the events of this.
Right. There was a ton of books that came out. I think it was like earlier, like in February or like March. I can't remember, but there's a first appearance here of the girl on the left. She's kind of wielding a cloud-like sword, if you will. She is Xanth. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I read this book a couple times and I really dug it. I feel it's DC's version of Swordmaster in a way. She's of Asian descent as well. And what's really interesting about this book is that she has a huge sword, which is kind of cool, but she delves into kind of that Doctor Strange DC kind of like Strange Academy. I could see some relations there, but she deals with magic. And shout out to Trey. He's always been really big into like magical type of stuff, especially in DC. So I don't know.
From the spirit world.
From the spirit world. And Spirit World's a pretty good book too, right?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that first read. Plus it's got Constantine in it, so it's like I'm all in.
Yeah.
And it takes place kind of right after the events of this book. Like spoiler alert, Batgirl gets trapped in the spirit world. And like, so that's kind of where this picks up, is like now Xanth is stuck in real world and Batgirl is stuck in the spirit world and they're trying to get her back.
Yeah. Oops, hold on a second.
At least that's what I'm gathering from the first book. It hasn't the second one hasn't come out yet that I know of.
Yeah, the second one hasn't come out yet. The first book was okay. This one I thought was better just because it just seemed, I don't know, the art was kind of nicer and all that good stuff. Pause real quick. I do want to highlight homie Iman because I actually saved this. Let's see here. I saved this in my kind of I wanted to watch this. Where the heck is it? Well, Iman, I'm just gonna share your. So this is my boy Iman's World of Geek. He has an interview with John G, and I don't know where it's at. Sorry, man. I saw it somewhere, but it's coming up either today or tomorrow. I can't remember, but yeah, he has an interview with John Jane, which I'm totally gonna check out. You guys should all check it out as well. But yeah, show some love to my boy Iman's World of Geek. He's got high quality videos and all that good stuff. But yeah, I was really intrigued by his interview with John G that's coming up. So hope you guys can all watch that. The only Lazarus one shot I may track down is a Vigil. Yeah, there's a lot, and all those Lazarus one shots have a ton. Like each book has like a first appearance. So
yeah, I read City Boy as well too. I've kind of hit all the ones that they've come out with. City Boy was interesting. Out of all of them, I would say that I like disliked that one the most, but it's like I didn't really find it horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you could still find these like on cover shelves. They didn't really price up and they didn't really go up in price, but spec / I like the character. Who knows what's going to happen the next 5 to 10 years with DC, but they have a lack of quote unquote Asian characters that are newer from what I can remember. But if DC decides to kind of pinpoint that market, these books in 2 to 3 years could be your Amazing Fantasy 15 or your War of the Realms New Ages of Atlas #1. I bought 5 copies of this because I was like, screw it. $25 for books that could be worth 30 to 50, possibly. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, who cares? I have something that I like, but it was worth the gamble for me. And I'm actually just reading them just because I like the content. The Vigil, is that the team or is that a single person or just one?
Vigil, it's a team.
Okay. Vigil, like, I don't know if I really dig that book. There's Vigil, there's Spirit World, and there's another one. What was the other one?
City Boy.
City Boy, I kind of dig. City Boy has like very Amadeus Cho like vibes for me. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what his powers are exactly. Like he seems to be able to control power from like the grids of the city. I don't know exactly what his power is. I read the book, but I'd probably have to reread it again to like fully comprehend because his powers don't really come out.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure them out. He's like Miles in a sense, like starting out trying to figure out like how to use this stuff.
His story kind of reminds me of Takeshi from Taskmaster 3. Hold on, let me get that book real quick.
What?
I'm going on a whim here.
Going on a whim.
Yeah, Comics and Tortillas. I think I plugged you in the beginning, but hit up Comics and Tortillas on Instagram or YouTube. Sorry, but who was the first appearance of this guy in this book? I forgot. What's his name?
Can't see it.
Oh, this one. Gosh, I can't.
Does it say first appearance on it?
No, it doesn't. Stupid TGC. Anyway, City Boy's origin or his story reminds me of that guy's. Anyway, I'm not helping at all. Sorry, I apologize, everybody.
Like stolen as a kid or whatever.
Stolen as a kid, and like he doesn't really know his identity, and then like in the Tiger Force series, he like it's really all about him. You're like, this is gonna bug the heck out of me. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of off topic real quick, but first appearance. Taguchi, that's his name. Taguchi's first appearance. Taguchi, Korean dude. Dude, I totally liked City Boy. It was awesome. Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
I was gonna say, am I the only one that thinks that if they're gonna introduce like new, especially if they're gonna do like animated like shows and stuff like that, where they may introduce like a new Asian character or something like that. If they did like a Japanese superhero, if like everything else is just whatever animation for the show, but like that character in particular is drawn up in like straight up anime style and only speaks in Japanese with subtitles, and everybody else is just like, what the hell is going on? I think that would be an awesome little quirk to do. You could do that in like a Deadpool cartoon if you wanted to.
Yeah, you
like where he actively knows and he's like, why can I only read the subtitles?
That's actually a good point. JT, ooh, yes, closer. You're right. DC books don't really move today, but if James Gunn, like, I'm not like this is gonna be Marvel in 2009 James Gunn. Like, I don't have that high of hope, but if Marvel keeps shit in the bed with viewers and somehow DC starts to be like, oh shoot, like we're actually getting good content, and he starts making announcements like we really want to get into Southeast Asian, characters like Marvel did, then those books could shoot up. That's kind of my theory, but if it doesn't happen, then I'm wrong.
They should get back to trying to like discover actors and stuff like that versus
hiring
like marquee people. Well, because it's like even so, like Chris Hemsworth and all these people are like big names now, but they weren't necessarily until they took on those roles. Like I didn't know who the hell Chris Hemsworth was until he played Thor for the first time.
Star Trek,
and then it was good. Like I think the biggest name they ever got was Robert Downey Jr. for the most part. At least in the recent MCU runs.
I mean, like, it's like I feel like it's like why doesn't Hollywood act like baseball? Like you don't have to get the hiring dude from like that did the Marvel casting, but get like his assistant or someone close to him to do it for DC. I don't know. I just work that way, but Storm Brotherhood of the Mutants is the first appearance of John Ironfire. My homies Trey and Ralph. Ralph's probably not in the chat, but they're really high on this character. This is a Rocksteady. What's going on, brother? This is a variant, an Art Adams variant, I believe. No one's selling this book. I tried finding like last sold April. I think a lot of people either they dig. I don't know if this was ordered very heavily, but last sold in April is like $30 to $40, and I can't find one in 9.8. Like either everyone's really high on this John Ironfire guy. I personally haven't read this book. I don't own it. This is a ratio. Yeah, I think it's like 1 in like 15. It's not high ratio, but like, dude, it's got Storm on the. I mean, I think it's a great Storm cover, honestly.
And one of the covers of this was like really hot for a bit. It might still be. I haven't looked at it.
You're probably talking about this one then. Being the hot one. I guess allergies are hitting us both at the same time. I got plugged up nose and you got itchy eyes and stuff, but that's beside the point.
It's that one side.
Damn. Listen for the gym. Tomb is a multifaceted gentleman. Let's see here. So anyway, I think it's pretty badass and it looks pretty cool. So yeah.
Well, I love Storm too. She's always been an interesting character.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
They're finally like just doing stuff with her.
The cover is dope. Can I say that? It's okay. Does the cover slap, Jason? Or is it slaps? So you're supposed to say slap or slaps, like plural?
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama.
I like that. That's better. You can't say that to people though, man. You'll get
Bruh's barbecue.
So that was the slides I wanted to go through most recently of 2023. So thanks everyone for joining, for participating in the show. My last slide is harken back to 2021. I'm gonna try and do this like every show. But does everyone remember this book? Do you remember this book, Jason?
Yeah. The art looks familiar, but I'm spacing on who did the art.
Rose Besh.
Oh, that's right. It's not my favorite.
So Rose Besh with the big old juicy booty. What up, William? And yeah, I think this was a really loved book back in 2021 when this book came out, this was going for 600, 350, 450 in 9.8. It dipped down to 200, so you're down quite a bit, like 60%. The silk she did was pretty good too. I don't know if anyone has a link for that one, but yeah, I this actually bumped down to 200 this past April. I think a lot of people. Oh, dude, Jason, we hit 25.
Oh,
so it looks like
we did it.
Looks like we did it. We have one person watching on Twitch, which is kind of cool. No one is watching on Facebook. That's dead now.
Face back.
Face back, yeah. I guess we're doing the giveaway for your 2099, man. Should we do 2 separate giveaways, people, or do all 3 in one? We'll do 2. Yeah, we'll do 2. Okay. What up, Bav Taylor? No, you're perfect timing, my friend. We dipped down to 22, but that's okay. So yeah, Rose Besh, just kind of want to highlight this, like one of those 2021 darlings that like shot up. She got real hot and dipped down a little bit, but it looks like people are buying this around 300. I saw some listings for Joe. You're actually gonna be part of the giveaway today. Sweet. I saw some listed for like 370. So I feel like it's like one of those people just don't want to let go of this book. I think it was just purely cover. There wasn't any like first appearances. If there were, forgive me, I don't know of any, but anyway, let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 different giveaways, guys. So I'm gonna give away this Cataclysm Ultimates Last Stand because we do awesome giveaways in this chat. And Jason, you want to highlight your giveaway today? Oh,
we'll do this clean little 2099 since he seems to be getting popular.
Okay. All right, man. Well, thank you, Jason, for doing a giveaway with us. Let's see here.
Is that the last slide? We're done.
Yeah.
And we're getting more efficient. Even when we go off track, we're still clocking in under an hour. We were hitting like an hour and a half most times.
I know.
Maybe that's what's driving the views, is we're becoming more efficient.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so if you want to be in the giveaway, just say me or whatever. I don't know who wants to be in the giveaway. So and Renee, I still owe you books, so I don't think you can be in this giveaway. I'm sorry, man.
Frank Miller.
Me, John W. Okay, can you I got John W. Help me out, Jason. You help me out.
Crap. Hold on. It's like fucking it's like
hurry up. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, so you got John W, you got Tomb.
Okay.
JT.
Okay.
Comics and Tortilla.
Okay.
The Mad Respect.
Mad Respect.
The Dragon's Den.
Okay.
Soupies.
Soupies.
Joe
Seaborn.
Behave.
What? Oh.
William Kim.
Hey.
Iman. And then that's where it stops for right now.
Okay. So I'm sharing the giveaway wheel right now. Just because rest in peace, Renee. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, Renee said he's gonna pass. Okay.
Oh. Maybe John DeBerry wants in. Oh, KOZ 105 wants in.
KOZ 105, John DeBerry.
John waved. Maybe John DeBerry wants in. Oh, and Nick Nixon Comics.
Nick. And then who else? John DeBerry. KOZ. Okay. Let's see here. Vika. Okay, Vika.
Damn, I think this is the most we've ever had on the giveaway wheel.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty good giveaway. And while I kind of do that, I do shows quite often, I should say. Real quick, is it Val later right now? Is it Val? What? Sorry, what? What? Let's see here. So real quick, I'm gonna do before I do the giveaway. We're doing a show called Only the Rarest podcast. We do comics a little every once in a while, but we've been doing other stuff like video games. So if you're into video games, if you're into toys, if you're into baseball, if you're into movies, posters, all the other stuff that's not comic books, please support us. Only the Rarest podcast. We're on every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time. But yeah, come out. We're trying to grow this website. And then here's it's not in the chat right now, but Sunset to South. This is Brad and myself's financial show. We do this every Wednesday at 4:30 Pacific Time, 7:30 Eastern. I am a mortgage broker. I do lend in 9 different states. So if you have mortgage questions at all, or just curious of like if you know what's good for financially, let me know. Come join us, ask questions in this channel. We don't have a lot of subs, but we get a lot of good content as far as like people asking questions about their 401k, stocks they want to look at, stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys subscribe, check out some of our videos, just let us know how we're doing. That'd be great.
You should get one of those like GoPros that straps onto your like stomach or chest that goes out here for your daily market reports where you're like, what's up everybody, this is Ferdberg, because you're always like going up like that. You should have one of those like GoPros to keep your hands free, that's just like out there giving you the mic or the telescoping view.
That'd be freaking hilarious, dude.
They were like, has he got both of his hands out there? Well, who's holding the camera?
I know, seriously. He's just out there like pitching stocks here, and I actually don't pitch stocks on that. I just kind of go over them. No, William, man, I think I got you in the. Did I put you in there? Yeah, I got you. I got you right here. Okay, so the first giveaway is going to be for this one, and just if you guys could DM myself for this one on Instagram, Ferdbird the Nerd, please do so. And then for the second one, we'll remove the winner, and then we'll have Jason's giveaway. So this is for the Ultimate 3 and the Hulk book that I talked about today. Soupy, Joe, what's up with that, man? You didn't win. Soupy, all right. Hit me up on Instagram. I may or may not have your address still, but just hit me up, please. And congratulations. You basically just won like a. Let me just show you real quick how much that book's going for, and how generous I am. Just want to say that.
I don't even know what my book's going for.
Oh, we can look at it.
Probably not a whole lot. Huh?
No, I'm sure it is.
I don't think it's like.
So this is how much.
I think it's probably like $20, $30.
Soupy's book is going for, and these are actually my auctions. $40. There's a 1 through 3 that 51 in Canada, 25. I mean, yeah. So if you support yeah, yes, he was cheated. Let me get one. All right, this is for Jason. So Jason, you're giving up Spider-Man 2099, right?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, these auctions right here for that Cataclysm book, these slabs, these are my auctions. I have one in for my PC, so I gotta pay for it.
For $1.
$1. So this is Jason's 2099. I mean, it's going for 25. Wow, that's kind of cool. 27. I mean, this is a $16 on a good day, and you said it's clean, right, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. So, and man, I kind of want to get in that giveaway, but I'm not going to. All right, here we go.
This is definitely my better grade copy. I've got a newsstand that's like pretty beat up.
Yeah, JT, you got to bid on one of those books, man. You're gonna miss out on one of those 9.6s. I guarantee. I mean, bid on it right now. JT, oh my goodness, JT used the universe.
Let me get one.
he literally called his own. He literally called his own book either the Cataclysm or he's gonna bid on the eBay one. And JT, if you do win that eBay book, I'll throw in some extra stuff for you too. Okay, so Soupy, hit me up on Instagram. You know my Instagram handle. JT, please follow the homie Jason, aka Pickles Nichols 2 on Instagram, and hit him up in his DMs. JT's a good dude, man. He's out of Texas. JT, I don't know if I always forget. Do you have a YouTube channel or not? But if you do, you can drop it in. I don't care if anyone, like, just for future reference, if you guys want to drop your YouTube links, like, I'm all about community around here, so like come through. And yeah, like we're all about community and trying to pump or get some subs and views and all that good stuff. But I don't mind at all. Like I'm not going to be pissed about that. So any parting words for our Sunday show? We were about an hour. That was a great show, man. I think it was good. And we educated the crew here. Any closing thoughts other than
we did our highest amount of people ever in one show?
Yeah, we got pretty high, dude. Yeah.
Thanks for everybody spending their afternoon or breakfast with us, if you will.
Cool.
My breakfast comes next.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. And yeah, keep and thanks everyone. It's good to see some familiar faces in here, like my friend Joe. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll have a show next week. It'll be the last one for a couple weeks because I'll be in the Philippines and all that good stuff. But yeah, again, I appreciate everyone coming through. Jason's gonna kill me after this. And yeah, congratulations to the winners today, and we'll see you next week.